Hello grade 11s. Today I'm looking at page 70 in your workbooks on geometric solids. This is the first page where it is a full A3 page. So let's see what they tell us and ask us to do. It says here the given front view and auxiliary view. So please remember that. So this will be the front view, this will be the auxiliary view of a hexagonal pyramid. Draw to a scale of 1 to 1 the given front view, the sectional top view, and the sectional right view. So let's remember we're talking about first angle orthographic projection. The front view is always the most important view. They've asked for the sectional top view. So the top view is at the bottom of the front view, and the sectional right view. So this will be the positioning of the drawings, and then they've said you need to show all the necessary construction, and the construction would be doing the auxiliary view and do the true shape in the direction of Z. Okay, so they want the true shape up here somewhere. Okay, so the start point will be to draw the auxiliary view and then draw the front view. They've given a start point O, and that's going to be the center for our construction of this hexagon. There we've finished the construction of our auxiliary view. So we're going to project our lines up here to get the front view. So there we've completed the front view with the cutting plane at an angle of 15 degrees. And we're now ready to get on to our next view. I'm going to do the top view. So I'm going to project my length dimensions down, and then I need to get the width dimensions from my auxiliary view. I've finished doing the projections of my length measurements, and I now need to calculate the width dimensions of my auxiliary view. So if we remember from our earlier drawings, in order to find the width dimension we need to go at right angles to the base of the shape. So here's the corner edge of the auxiliary view, and we need to go at right angles. So here is 90 degrees. So what I've done is I've just projected the lines across, and this now is the width dimensions that I will need for my top view. I'm just going to label my auxiliary view, label my front view, and then we can start working on the top view. There we have the labeling of my different points in the auxiliary view. So let's follow them into the front view. There's 1 and 6. This will be 2 and 5, as well as the top, and this will be points 3 and 4. For my width dimensions, remember at right angles. So here is point 2, here is point 3 and 1, here is, I haven't taken that across the top. There is point 4 and 6, and here is point 5. So let's mark those measurements down. I'm going to take my compass to mark those points across. So if we go to point 1, so I'm going to start with this edge. So I need to find point 1 and point 6. Here is the edge of my top view. So here is my width dimension. I need to find the width dimension for point 1. So there I'm setting my distance with my compass to 0.1. Remember, you can use a paper trammel. I'll put it on the vertical line of 1 and mark it off. That's giving me 0.1. Then I need to get the distance to 0.6. Extend my compass to 0.6. There gives me 0.6. The next point is 0.2 and 0.5. 0.2 is the edge, so that would give me 0.2, and 0.5 is my furthest distance. There is 0.5. Now the next points are 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 are the same as points 1 and 6. So I'm not going to mark them again, I'm just going to project them. So there's 0.1 extended to give me 0.3 and 0.4. The last measurement I need to do is the top. So I'm going to take the width dimension from the edge to where the top is. Put that on the line coming down from the top and mark that off. That gives me my top point. Now I'm going to join all those points up, and it's going to give me the outline of my shape. There we have the outline of my shape, and then I just need to work on where the points are along the cutting plane. So let's follow those points down. So first of all, the cutting plane cuts 0.1 and 0.6 at the exact corner, which means this will be the cutting points of 0.1 and 6. Next I'm going to 0.2 and 0.5. So where these lines come, where are they getting cut? So I'm going to find the cutting plane intersection on that line and project that down, and it's going to give me these 2 points. The last cutting plane intersection is on lines 3 and 4. So here is points 3 and 4 going to the top. Let's find where it intersects on the cutting plane, and I'm going to project those lines down. There's where it cuts 3, there's where it cuts 4, and these are the last 2 points. So we can join up, the cutting points of 3, 4, 2, 5 to 6 and 1. Here we have the outline of the cutting plane, which will need to be hatched. Obviously this aspect has been cut away, so all of this aspect has been cut away. However, this little triangle is showing this edge from the cutting plane to where it cuts 2 and 5. So this little triangle will still be there. Okay, I'm going to do my hatching now and label the view. So because I don't want the left view to interfere with my auxiliary view, I've projected my lowest point of the front view and just picked a point random distance away from my auxiliary view as the start point for my left view. Now I'm going to put my 45-degree line in so that I can project my width dimensions across from the top view. Remember, you could also take the width dimensions off your line that you've made in the auxiliary view. There I have my width dimensions that are projected across. If I just follow the measures, the numbering, this was line 2, this is line 1, and 3. is the top, this is line 6 and 4, and this is going to be line 5. I'm going to project those up. Now to project the height dimensions from the front view. So there I've projected my height dimensions across and labelled which numbers they are. Now it's just a matter of following the points. So the theory of 2 points. So here is the vertical 2, there is the horizontal 2. Here's 1 and 3. So there's 3, there's 1. Here's the top with my top horizontal line. Here's 4 and 6. 4, 6, and here is 5. So I'm going to join up those points just in a light line and project the completed right view before I then work out what it would look like on my cutting plane. There I've got the outline of my right view, and I've then just labelled each specific corner. Let's work out now where the cutting planes are. So let's remember where the cutting plane is. Because we're looking at it from this side, this part has to be cut away. So this is the highest point. So let's follow it away. It cuts exactly at point 1 and 6. So there is point 1 and 6. Now we've got the points going up from 2 and 5, and here is where it intersects in my front view. So I'm going to project these lines across to cut the lines going from 5 and going from 2. Same thing for the lines of 3 and 4 going up. It gets cut at this point, so I'll project the line across to cut those 2 points. Okay, so there is my section. So I'm going to go over that in dark and then finish the outline of the shape. There we have the completed right view. So just remember, this is the line of the base going to point 1 to 2, and on this side 5 to 6, as well as point 5 going up to the top and where it was cut. Hello grade 11s. Today I'm looking at question on page 85, interpenetration and development. We have a square main pipe and we've got a hexagonal branch pipe, and it's joining in horizontally, so in other words parallel to the base. They've asked you to draw the given top view. You'll have to draw the construction in order to get our shape over here, then do the curve of interpenetration here, and they've asked you to develop both of the prisms. So let's get started by drawing the top view of our main pipe, the construction of the hexagon, and then complete the branch pipe. Grade 11s, I remember that I've left out doing the true shape. They've asked us to do the true shape in direction of arrow Z, so up in this direction. What I want to do then is take the corner point where my cutting plane goes through there, and convert these measurements into a horizontal. So there is my horizontal line, and I now need to transfer the measurements with my compass. Take my compass to where my 2,5 line is being cut and draw that arc up to hit the horizontal line. Take my next line up to hit my horizontal line. I can now project those points vertically. My next step is going to put in a center line, so a random line along this distance which is going to indicate my center. Because I've got a symmetrical shape, I've put that center line in. I now can take a center line either from my top view or from my right view. Remember, we can't take the same measurements off one of the views. I'm just going to go over my center line here in the top view. There's my center line in the top view, and now I'm going to take the measurements for the different points. So at line 1 and 6 I need this measurement. So I'm going to transfer there. At point 2 I'm going to need this measurement, and that's the same for 2 and 5. And our last point at the top, point 3 and 4. So there was 3 and 4, 2 and 5, and 1 and 6. I can now join up those lines in an outline. There I have my completed true shape with my hatching and my label.